started, I just want to take a moment to thank all of my supporters. I want to thank all of my everyone for supporting my channel. The trajectory path on where I'm taking my channel on an ongoing basis, the sky is the limit. So with that being said, let's get on down to today's lecture. I want to talk about in terms of how I have lost a grand total of 66 pounds since I've been in retirement. And the weight really started coming off after I came under a nutritionist March of this year, March 2024, and I've lost from March to now a grand total of 66 pounds. And some of the things that I did to make this happen, number one, I went under my primary doctor, and I asked my primary doctor to give me a referral to a nutritionist. That was number one. Before my primary doctor gave me that referral to come under a nutritionist, I had a full medical physical with my doctor to include all kind of lab work and everything. It's always to get that medical doctor involved. And so my doctor gave me a referral to a nutritionist. I came under a nutritionist for several weeks. Once a week, met with the nutritionist, and I learned so much about the science of food. And these nutritionists really know their stuff. And so all of the education I learned from coming under the nutritionist, I was put on a high protein meal plan. From what I understand about protein, when you increase your protein intake, and I'm speaking for myself because I know what works for me, and I can feel the difference. When you increase your protein intake and get rid of all of the junk food and the sugar and the bread and all that has been removed from my diet, and replace it with a high protein meal. And the way the nutritionist explained it to me, number one, protein builds muscle. When I have a high protein intake, it keeps you fuller longer. And I can literally feel being full longer. When you get rid of the sugar and the excess fat from your body, because the body's going to burn that sugar and fat first and protein last. So if you eliminate the fat and the sugar, then now my body is burning that protein, and I'm staying fuller longer, and that has a direct impact on weight loss, the way she explained it to me. And by evidence, I'm 66 pounds lighter. But the beauty of all this is she educated me on other things I can do to increase my protein intake. Number one, I drink a protein shake every morning, first thing in the morning, automatic. They gave me a good recommendation. On various different protein mixes, but I got one that works for me. So I drink my protein shake every morning before I get started. I'm taking a calcium pill. I'm taking some A1 vitamins and a multivitamin. That's the first thing I do in the morning. Of course, she educated me on the importance of my water intake. I'm drinking 64 fluid ounces of water a day, no matter what. Zero sugar. I have no anything I eat must be zero added sugar. Since I remove all junk food out of my life, sugar out of my life, my taste buds have changed. That high protein intake, for me, it has a direct impact on, I don't even crave sugar anymore, because when you flush all that out of your system and really follow the guidelines of my nutritionist, and I'm following the guidelines, and I got all this other educational material I can read and throughout to educate myself. So, by getting rid of all the sugar, junk food, candy, bread, all fried food, all that is gone. Because this is real talk, people. These nutritionists know what they're talking about. I've had follow-up lab work. My lab work is perfect, and I mean perfect. Your doctors are going to monitor your lab work. I'm on no medication, no high blood pressure, no heart disease, no diabetes, none of that. And when you're losing weight the correct way, and when you're eating healthy, this ain't all about just the weight loss. When you're eating healthy, from what I notice, because I can really feel that protein building my muscles, is taking over, is decreasing, is making me fuller longer, is decreasing, is eliminating craving for sugar. Protein will do that. So it's like now I'm more focused, I'm more energetic, I'm thinking clear, I'm resting well at night because you're eating right. I'm incorporating exercise 5 days a week. And I tell folks, do what works for you. You know, I do a combination of cardiovascular. I'm doing light weights. I'm mixing it up 5 days a week. Weekends, I don't do anything. Early in the morning works for me. It works well for me. I like getting my cardiovascular out of the way, my workout. Then I do my light weights. And then I'm done. I'm out of the way. I drink my protein drink before I work out. And I'm telling you, when I drink my protein shake first thing in the morning, and I'm drinking my 64 fluid ounces of water throughout the day, I'm revisiting, I'm using the resources that my nutritionist gave me in terms of understanding food, then I'm telling you, you're going to just reap the benefits of all of this. One of the reasons I wanted to get serious and come under nutritionist because I'm getting ready to take another trip out of the country to Italy and Rome in November, which is right around the corner. And when I did my first guided tour to Cairo, Egypt, December 2023, one of the things that I wanted to give myself a goal is, as I'm continuously traveling around this world to visit all these 7 wonders of the world, I had already told myself, I want to be in the best physical, mental, spiritual shape possible as I go on my travels. Because when you're going on when you're going on a guided tour, I don't care if you're in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, or older, if you are not in the best health that you can be, if you got all these illnesses going on, physical limitations, obesity, high blood pressure, diabetes, if you got all these medical problems going on, you are not going to be able to enjoy going on that guided tour. Let me give you some insight on what a guided tour is. We ain't just sitting around. It's a group of us in that guided tour. And that guide from that country, we have a serious itinerary where we're going to various of sites, locations within that guided tour. When I went to Egypt, we went to the Valley of the Kings in the Sahara Desert. Well, we went to see the great pyramids of Giza. And these historical sites are not all close together. We took a ride on the biblical Nile River. We went into the Ramsey 5, 6, 7, all the way up to Ramsey 9, inside of those Egyptian tombs in the Sahara Desert. So we are doing something. We're walking, inclining, declining. You got to keep up with the guide. You got to keep up with the group. So if you ain't in good health, how are you going to do all that? How are you going to be able to navigate going through these international airports? You're not. You're not going to be able to enjoy. Some people, because of their medical problems or physical limitations, they ain't even able to travel. You got to be able to walk. You got to be able to keep up. We're doing something differently every day. And it was no joke. There was a certain area that guided tour. We in the Sahara Desert in Africa. And a part of that guided tour is all of us had to get on a bike and ride on a bike. How are you going to be able to ride a bike in the Sahara Desert and keep up with folks in their 20s? Really? So I say that to say, you got to be, one of the things I gave myself a goal, because I retired September 2023. I say now, I've always stayed in shape. Don't get me wrong. I've always worked out, but I've never been under a nutritionist to get that powerful information. And I put on my strategic business plan, these are the steps, these are the goals that I got to do to get in the best physical, mental, spiritual health in the world so I can be able to enjoy my travels. And as of today, like I said, because I've gotten all of this wealth of knowledge. Got all this information from coming under nutritionists, keeping up with my doctor's appointments, and laser focus. Now I'm so focused to the point it helps me come up with ideas as a content creator. There you go. So focused, it helps me make great decisions in all areas of my life. This is real talk, people. This is real talk. And when I went to that guided tour in Cairo, Egypt in December 2023, I said, the next guided tour I'm going on, I'm going to be even in better shape. I'm going to be ready. I'm going to be ready for this next guided tour that I'm leaving in November this year for a couple of weeks to go on a guided tour to Rome and Italy. I'm going to be ready. This is real. This is what life is all about. You got a lot of people at any age can't even enjoy going on walks. They can't enjoy traveling. They got physical limitations going on. They can't even go grocery shopping without getting in one of those or those mobile carts because they can't walk because they're so obese and out of breath. This is real talk, people. This is real talk. So I'm telling you, and now, you know, of course, you incorporate other things with your healthy eating. Like I said, your workout, your meditation, your spirituality, all of that. So in the benefits, the most important benefits is, you know, when you are in such great health and you ain't on a whole lot of medication, better yet, you ain't on no medication, then you ain't got to worry about paying for medication, because I don't care how good your insurance is. Money coming up out your pocket. Money coming up out of your pocket for the percentage you got to pay for the medication. Money coming up out of your pocket for that copay every time you go to that doctor. So if you got all these medical problems going on, now you're going to your primary doctor, now you're going to see all these various different specialists. Now you're on all this medication. So now it's eating up your finances. And I'm telling you, health is wealth. Health is wealth. I'm going to say this again. Health is wealth, and you got to have the mindset to take charge of your health. I don't care if you had $10 million in your bank account right now, but your health messed up. You ain't gonna be able to enjoy that money. You ain't gonna be able to navigate and walk through the airport. You ain't gonna be able to go on a guided tour, none of that. Because you're dealing with all of these health problems. After health problems, after health problems, and it would have a direct impact. It will have a negative impact on all areas of your life, and this is real talk, people. Versus when your health is well, physical, mentally, spiritually, all of that, then it will have a positive impact on you being able to enjoy life, to be more productive, to think clear, to travel, to make better decisions. Because when your health is good, you can make better decisions. When your health is bad and you're in pain and chronic pain and all of these medical problems, it has an impact on your thinking. So again, health is wealth, and those are many of the ways I have literally lost 66 pounds from March of this year to now by following the recommendations of my primary doctor, keeping up with all my medical appointments, coming under nutritionists, and shifting my mindset and understanding that health is wealth. And I'm doing it for me. I ain't doing it for no family member. I ain't doing it for no neighbor. No, I have taken charge of my health for me, so I can enjoy all areas of my life as I continue on the trajectory path to go continue to see the 7 wonders of the world, people. And you ain't gonna be able to do that if your health is bad. I can tell you that right now. You ain't gonna be able to do that if your health is bad. Because that guided tour I went to in Cairo, Egypt, I'm telling you, that guide kept us on the go. You hear me? That guy, and we're lugging our bike pipes on us. We are going, some of those areas we went, we was on camels, we was on bike, we was on train, we was on boats, and we had to keep up. Try walking in the Sahara Desert or riding a bicycle in the Sahara Desert in Africa in bad shape. Because that heat ain't nothing to play with. That heat was nothing to play with. And they literally kept us moving from the moment we woke up until the moment we laid our head down on that pillar, and we had to get back up the very next day and do it again. And I'm telling you, it was so, they kept us so busy to the point, I was just one of them days I told that guy I just wanted to just rest. Because they were getting ready to take us into another area of the Valley of the Kings to go see King Tut, which everybody knows that's one of the 7 wonders of the world when you walking into that Egyptian tomb in the pyramids to see King Tut. And I was just that time, but I had to make myself go because you can't go to Egypt without seeing that. That's just no. I had to muster up the energy to do it. But I say that to say they kept us busy. We wasn't just sitting around. No, we got our money's worth. And I did a lot of live footage as a content creator. Check out my video uploads. Check out a lot of my video uploads. I did a lot of live footage throughout my guided tour in Cairo, Egypt. You really need to check that out. I saw explosive growth as a content creator when I took in my YouTube channel. Explosive growth in all areas of my YouTube channel, financially, everything. Explosive growth in my YouTube channel when I took that guided tour to Cairo, Egypt. I made Egyptian connections. This is real talk, people. So again, I just wanted to present on some tips on what worked for me in terms of how I lost 66 pounds. My goal is to lose another 35, and I don't just focus on the scale. I focus on the process, the footwork that I got to do behind the scene to lose another 35 pounds. I focus on the footwork, that nutritional plan, keeping up with my doctor's appointments, keeping up with my exercise routine, drinking my water, prayer, meditation, all of that behind the scene to go ahead and knock out that last 35 pounds, and the rest is history. So that's all I have. Don't forget to mark your calendar for September the 29th at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to do another relational live stream lecture on, I'm going to present the format I use, the winning format I use to write my manuscript to my book title, Awake Financial Freedom. That manuscript was accepted by 2 world-renowned publishing companies, Page Publishing Company and Audiobook Network. I was a first-time author. I did not pay anyone to write my manuscript. I did not go online to get information on how to write a manuscript. No. I sat my behind down for a year and a half every Saturday for 2 hours with a pencil and a whole lot of paper. Yeah, pencil and a whole lot of paper. No laptop, none of that. And I wrote my manuscript. Guided by the Spirit, and the rest is history. So if you want to find out what my format was, you need to tune in September the 29th at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You may have a desire to write a manuscript to a book. You may have a desire to write a children's book. You may have a desire to get poetry published. So you want to know what format I used that worked for me. And both of those publishing companies are already waiting for me to write my next book because they know what type of work I do. So if you want to find out what that winning format manuscript that I use, tune in September the 29th at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to be ready to get down to business. That's all I have. Simple Fidelity. And I'm going to leave you in the care of your own conscience.